Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm very happy to share with you simple steps that an organization should consider while preparing a strategic plan. So we'll be looking at two scenarios, but in this particular video, focus on the first scenario, and the following video will look at the second scenario. The first scenario is to look at the organization that does not have a strategic plan, and the second scenario will be looking at the organization that has a strategic plan. How do you go about updating it? So today we are going to focus on a company that does not have a strategic plan. How do you go about establishing a strategic plan? But before we proceed, I'll be happy to first define what is strategic planning. A strategic planning is a process in which an organization develops a plan to achieve its desired results. Results are usually short-term, medium-term, and long-term. So when you plan, you say, if we do this in a short term, we'll see these results. In a medium term, we see these results. And in long term, we'll see these results. So this should be clearly defined in the strategic plan. And why is it important to have this plan? It's very important because it provides the direction. Both the staff, the leadership are able to have a clear understanding of what needs to be achieved in long term, short term, and medium term. And when there's this common understanding of what needs to be done and who should do what to contribute in the achievement of those results, it brings, first of all, a team spirit, and it helps to make sure that the organization operates as a team that is clear about what needs to be achieved in long term, medium term, and short term, and understand what each member of the organization must do to contribute in the realization of those results. Now, this is very important because when those results are achieved, everybody feel like has contributed, and then you're able to celebrate as a team. And it's also important because when that framework is clear and what needs to be done is clearly stated, you're able to prioritize to say, this should be what we do first, or these are the priority actions. And in so doing, you're able to allocate resources to the right activities that need to be done, and then you're able to follow through and see if what you have prioritized and where you have allocated the resources, you are producing the expected results. Without that clarity, you may allocate resources in activities that are not supposed to be done immediately, or in activities that are not very key in triggering the results that you want to see. So prioritization and proper allocation of resources can only be achieved when we are clear about what needs to be done. But again, with that framework, you're able to assess, to monitor and evaluate, are we, first of all, doing the right things? That is through monitoring. Are we getting results? That is, you know that through evaluation. And then you're able to learn, if we're not getting the results, what is the problem? What should we change so that we see the results or we achieve the results we want? So there's a learning process. There's problem solving, because you're able to see where the issues are and you're solving those problems timely so that you continue to do the right things and produce the right results. So in short, plans provide the direction and then create that team spirit, because you're all clear about what needs to be done and a contribution of each participant or each staff. And you're able to allocate resources to priority activities. And you're able to learn as an organization, because through monitoring and evaluation, you're able to know what is working, what is not working, and then you do the necessary changes. So, as I've told you, we'll start with a scenario where the organization does not have a plan in place. How do you start to prepare a plan in such kind of a situation? The first thing is to know your mandate. Why have we been established? What issues is the organization expected to address? Or what changes is the organization supposed to trigger or bring about? So it's very important to understand, why have you been established as an organization? Those who establish a company or organization state clearly what they expect that organization or company to achieve. So after understanding that, you as an organization have to state the mission. And the mission really is a statement that is defined by the organization internally based on how they have understood their mandate. So it's like, this is how we have understood the purpose of our existence. This is how we go about. So you have to state clearly how you go about to implement your mandate. And these are the values that will guide the organization while implementing the purpose of its existence. And this is the group the organization is supposed to serve. So this must be very clear and it should be guiding everything the organization does. So this is very important, and it should be clearly stated in the mission statement so that anybody who reads the mission statement should be able to draw all these key elements and understand what the organization or the company is all about. Some organizations choose to put their values separately from the mission statement. That is also fine. What is important is to make sure that the mission statement and the values are clearly stated. So I looked at the mission statement of Facebook. It was very, very interesting actually. It says, give people the power to build community and bring the world close together. So who are they targeting? People. They have not discriminated. It's all the people. And then they intend to give them power that bring the world closer together. Their vision is also very interesting. It says, people use Facebook to stay connected with friends, family, to discover what's going on in the world, and to share and express what matters to them. So I'll go and bring key elements that I see in these statements, which are very important. Before I do that, I would like to first state what the vision statement is all about. A vision statement really tells you how the organization define success, how success will look like if the mission is effectively implemented. So if our mission is effectively implemented as we have stated, this is how we see success. So when you look at the vision statement of any organization or of any company, you should be able to say, okay, so this is how they define success if they implement their mission effectively. So when you look at the vision of Facebook, they say people use Facebook to stay connected. Already you see an element of we should remain competitive so that in long run, still people use Facebook to stay connected. So that's very, very key. Sometimes people state vision statement in a very interesting way, like we want to be the best in the world, which is okay, but then what does that mean? Being the best in the world, what does that mean? But when you look at the vision statement of Facebook, they are very clear. In long run, they still want people to be using Facebook to stay connected, meaning we should remain competitive. And they have put their values separately: be bold, focus on impact, move fast, be open, and build social value, which is fine. So I want now to break down key results that I see from the mission and vision statement of Facebook. This will help you to understand why it's very important to make sure that vision and mission are clearly stated. Because results that are going to inform your strategies are drawn from these key statements. So let me start with the key results that I've drawn from the vision and mission statement of Facebook. As I've said, when they say to stay connected, people use Facebook to stay connected. What does it tell to the management and the board? We should remain competitive. So in your strategy, you say then, how do we remain competitive? How do we remain competitive? So you should see in their strategy how they intend to remain competitive, because these are elements that have been stated in their mission and their vision statement. And they give the direction of what is priority, what we should be focusing on. And again, they say people use Facebook to discover what is going on in the world. What does that mean for the management, for the board, for the staff? It means they have to be information rich. Now you should see in their strategy, how are they intending to remain information rich? So I'm saying this from just a quick interpretation of their mission and vision statements. And I'm able to draw what I believe to be the key results that should inform their strategies moving forward. If you look at the vision, it also says people use the platform to share and express what matters to them. So you as a company or the board or staff of Facebook, what do you learn from this? You see, okay, fine. If that's the case, then the platform should be accessible. Accessibility of the platform. If people should use Facebook to share and express what matters to them, it means the platform must be accessible. Now, in the strategy, you should be seeing what are they going to do to make sure that this platform is accessible. But again, they say give people power to build community and bring the world closer together. Again, you see an element of it should be easy to use platform. So Facebook may have another interpretation perhaps of key results that they see from the two statements, the mission and vision. But as a planner myself, when I look at these statements, I see these key results that should be seen in the strategic plan and inform strategies of the organization. So the linkage between the two statements, results and strategies of the organization, must always be ensured so that there's a clear alignment that anyone can see. So before you define the strategy, you first have to understand what are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of each key results that we have already defined from the mission and vision statement. As I've told you previously, the element of saying remain, if they have to remain competitive, what are the strengths of the organization? What are the weaknesses? What are the opportunities and what are the threats? So you do that kind of assessment for each key result area. If they want to be information rich, what are the strengths of the organization? What are the weaknesses? What are the opportunities? What are the threats? So after understanding the opportunities, the weaknesses, the threats, and the strength, then you are able to ask yourselves, how are we going to capitalize on the organization's strength? How are we going to address the weaknesses? How are we going to take advantage of the opportunities and minimize threats? So the how is your strategy. This is what we're going to do to capitalize on our strength. This is what we're going to do to address our weaknesses. This is what we're going to do to take advantage of the opportunities and minimize or address the threats. So it's very important that for each result component, you assess or you do a SWOT analysis so that you come up with very tailored strategies that are going to help the organization to move forward. So as I've said, the how is your strategy. So after you have defined your strategy, you have to now see or design the implementation plan. So in the next video, before we go into the implementation plan, we'll look at how do you update a strategic plan. This is for organizations that already have a strategic plan and they need to now update their plans. So if you're a planner, you're a new planner, you come to an organization that does not have a plan, you follow the procedures that I've just mentioned. But if you're a new planner, you come to an organization that already has a strategic plan, what do you have to do? Where do you start? So in the next video, we'll look at how to go about to update the strategic plan. And after that, we'll look at the implementation plan. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope I've made it as simple as possible. I'll be happy to get your comments. I'll be happy to get questions. And please look forward to see other videos that I'll be sharing in near future. I wish you the best, and please do not miss my other videos. And if you have enjoyed this video, please comment, subscribe, so that we continue to help each other and learn from each other. I wish you the best. Thank you very much.